My name is Zachary Bennett, and I'm sitting here with one of those guys, and we want to give you some truth and talk about peace and love and let you know that there's something bigger than just yourselves out there. So Juan,
oh Jesus,
one of those guys, we're sitting here, we just got done eating, right? It's sun setting down, it's a beautiful day. Tell me, brother, tell me, where do you think we can draw the line between our selfish wants and desires and trying to wish world peace?
Unfortunately, that is a concept that most people cannot grasp. Because, like, it's a tale as old as time. There's been plenty of people, stories told throughout history. Maybe we know some of those people personally that like, oh, I want this, and that's all they focus on. And they sacrifice everything that they got going on, and when they get it, they realize they never really wanted it at all.
Yeah.
And by the time they realize that they're fucked.
Step in, step.
By the time they realize it's too late. Because like, there's a difference between wanting and needing something.
I love that. I do.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
a different
like I
paradigm
want-
shift.
I want big titty naked women to fall from the sky, and I want a toilet made out of solid gold.
Yeah.
But do I need it? No, I need to breathe.
Let me ask you
I need to
this.
smoke pot. I need to eat mushrooms. I need not to be a piece of shit. And if someone needs my help, I help them to the best of my abilities. Because at the end of the day, the worst thing a person can do is say no.
Love
The
it.
best thing a person can do for you is say, or the worst thing a person can do for you is say no. And the best thing they can do for you is try. But there's a disconnect. Like, it's always been the people that have the diamonds, the money, and the gold, and the Prada, and the Gucci, and the red bottoms, and that give those. They're just material things value, and the only reason why they have value is because they want more. And we've been brought up to be like, you don't worship the same God as I do, or the same way as I do. Like, I'm supposed to hate you for it.
Yep.
You're not the same color as me. You're not in the same social class as me. And like, the disconnect is that, unfortunately, historically speaking, Ronald Reagan came in and started fucking up this country. And then now we have the Orange Fear, Donald Trump doing the same thing. Taking the medical, trying to take the Social Security, trying to take the housing, gutting the Department of Education, and taking the food, because a hungry, angry, poor, displaced, angry, hungry populace is easier to control. It's like, if you still believe at this point that it's about Republican or Democrat or the haves and have-nots, no.
Yeah.
The only thing you should believe and feel in every fiber of your being as a human being is, with the entrails of the last priest, hang the last king, because then and then you'll only truly be free, because God is the construct. He's an imaginary friend. Like, there's been 3,500 gods worshipped on this country since humans have existed on it. There was a schism. There's I think 1,600 different splits of Christianity. Which one of those splits of Christianity is right?
Yeah.
Is there a Trinity? Is there not a Trinity? Did he have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But every civilization that's ever existed, when they find their tablets and their texts, they all say the same thing: creation, the cleansing, and then it's some sort of Armageddon or apocalypse. And all apocalypses is the revealing of the truth. And like, this is just the existential misanthrope in me saying that, historically speaking, every event where there's been some sort of apocalypse or Armageddon or Ragnarok or whatever, all that is a culling.
Gil, let me ask you this. Where do you think the average human can find that enlightenment or that truth and the knowing that they're enough, that they're...
Oh God.
That's where most people look,
here.
yeah.
Like God being a construct, like here, to quote John Prine, God and good music is something, Jesus and good music is something you have to find on your own. Like, you can't buy into like Catholic and this and that and whatever, or it's accept the fact that something greater than you made you. Like, to simplify it, like in recovery terms and like whatever, I'm not gonna preach about that, but like a doorknob, let the doorknob be your higher power, the rock, whatever it is, you have to believe in something.
I agree.
Instead of believing like, I'm believing the rock instead of like, I'm gonna take another beer or take another blast.
Right.
Whatever it is. And it comes down to a personal relationship with a God of your understanding. Something greater than you made you. Something greater than me made you. And like, we're humans, and we can go through life, and we can, for example, we could go to Coachella and see, whoever, and have the same experience, but it'll be different.
Yeah.
We don't process information the same when we go through things, because, well, that's what makes us unique. Like, one of the greatest gifts that the God that I have a personal relationship with gave me is a brain for logic. And like, I learned that sometimes you have to talk to someone that has a different point of view than you to figure things out, because I can change what you think. I can't change what you believe. And sometimes you gotta come across somebody that'll say something, whether in a harsh tone or not, or like in a way like, man, I've never heard it, or I've never heard it or seen that way before. Just to make you think, because you can think that such and such is a bad person. You can think that all you want, and then you come across that person, and well, you already are approaching it like, oh man, the homie told me such and such was a piece of shit or whatever, and you approach the situation there. But if you watch them long enough, you're like, hey, you know what, such and such isn't that bad. And I can't base my opinions about people off what anybody says about, because like, for one, I don't know you. Like, you may or may not be, and like, I believe this. I'll give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I'll trust you till you give me a reason not to give you the benefit of the doubt or trust you. And like, when it comes to people making rumors about people, for one, I tend to shut those down. Like, if someone were to come to me and be like, hey, this dude is this type of way, for one, I'll be like, hey, no, it's a lie. And people are like, why? Because for one, you're telling me the fuck I got to do with it. Hey, there's dude, say that to him and see what happens. You know what I mean?
I do.
Because like no offense, women, homosexuals, and children operate that way. And like, my life is so simple that like, when I look at people, look, I see two things when I look at you. I saw a man and a person. As a man and a person, I'm not gonna treat you any other way till you show me, oh man, you know what, I thought you were a person, but now you're an animal.
That's deep.
And like, like, people are quick to judge. People are quick to judge because look, there's a difference. Look, here. Perception, perspective.
Yeah, I agree. Where do you think the general public's, we're talking, in the United States, where do you think their general perspective is, brother? Do you think
the world's on heroin? It's like I feel like during, like, right before COVID, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, like, the world was smoking fentanyl and like doing heroin, but everyone was using dirty needles.
Wow. Juan, that's a. Where do you think we can go? How do you think we're going to get out of this? Do you think
burn it all down?
Burn it all down.
Like, we're fucked as a society, because here, look, like, there's my dad was born in 1908. I was born in 1962.
Yeah,
64, 62, 64, 65, 66. So when I was 6, he was 60. Okay?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that were acceptable back then that became unacceptable when I grew up. And like, the world went crazy for a minute, because we got to a point where, I can't judge you as a person, for one, because it's not my place, but I can't, because someone put you on blast on the internet that like, you're like 35 years old and you're running for a city council, but when you were like 13, you may have posted something that may have been, Nazi-esque or white supremacist, because, well, you were 13, you didn't know any better.
Right, sure, yeah.
Do you feel that way now?
Right. That's a powerful perspective.
And
we're stuck in that.
Well, it's like, here, look, back to what I was saying about times changing. Like, the way I was raised, I raised my kids different because I knew the difference between discipline and abuse. My dad abused me. I disciplined my children. They didn't get hot grease or a weed eater took to them. They didn't get locked in the closet. They didn't, I got abused. But my dad was a veteran as a kid of the Mexican Revolution, wasn't a citizen of the United States, and went to go kill Nazis and storm the beaches in Normandy, and then went to Korea. That's neither here nor there. Like there was no such thing as psychiatry, and nobody knew what the fuck PTSD was. It was shell shock, and like he was brought up in a time where men don't talk about their problems to anybody. Right? So you have a generation of kids that was raised like me, where if I got out of hand, I got smacked. And then a generation like my kids, because I'm 64, and my oldest daughters are 51. Okay, they're 51. So that generation of kids is like, oh man, I don't want to raise my kids like my parents raised me. And that's when all this timeout shit started. And there was kids that were traumatized because they had to stand in the corner and hold their breath for 2 minutes and said, I don't want to raise my kids the way my parents raised me. And that's when everyone started getting a fucking trophy and fucking pepperoni on their pizza and sprinkle on their fucking ice cream just for driving by the baseball field. Right?
I do. I see where you're coming from.
And that generation of kids that was traumatized because they got put in timeout or couldn't play their Game Boy or look at their phone for 10 minutes gave birth to a generation of kids that have never grown up hearing the word no and believing that, I'm from random city in the United States. That's all there is in the world. And then when they separate from that and get out of their bubble and come across someone like me in the real world, because I don't say something that jives with the way they think, I'm this or that.
Yeah.
And like here, I'm gonna speak on this. And like my dad, my uncles, my brothers, I got cousins. I personally served in the United States military. For anybody to have the right to say and think anything they want, I don't have to agree with it. Okay?
That's right.
As far as the trans things goes, that may or may not be a thing anymore. I don't know. But like, I am not a transphobe if I say maybe you shouldn't teach it to kindergartners. Because a kindergartner can't make up your mind. Me personally, dealing with my kids, dealing with my nieces and nephews, dealing with my grandkids, and other people's kids, when I went to go pick them up in school, they knew they got good marks at school. They were going to McDonald's and they didn't give no fucks about hamburger, cheeseburger, nuggets, because they knew they were going to get a chocolate milk or a pop or a juice and a toy. And they knew that as soon as we left the parking lot at McDonald's, we were going to go to Toys R Us or Walmart, and they were going to get them a toy because they were good at school.
Yeah.
They didn't care what they ate because they couldn't make up their mind because their brain wasn't developed. Like, I get it, telling a group of fifth graders when they're able to watch the sex ed video and their bodies and their minds are developed enough to process the information. Sure, go ahead, tell them there's a million genders. But me personally, I'm trans-slender because I'm fat and identify as skinny, but I'm also a two-spirited lesbian helicopter penguin, okay? There's no box for me to check, so I just check other. And like, just don't push it on kids. Like that doesn't make me a transphobe. Any different? Like I don't have to agree with what anybody's saying, whether it be on the racist end or the marginalized people and like a trans person or whatever. I'm gonna be the first person to stand behind someone when someone tells you, hey, you can't say or do this.
Yep.
I fought for y'all to have that right.
You're right.
I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to believe it. But it's so much easier for me to get behind your cause and believe what you're trying to tell me when I ask you a question and you answer it with words and logic instead of yelling at me and saying you don't understand me, you want to fight me. Like you want to be inclusive and don't want to include nobody. I don't get that. But like if you talk to me as a man or a woman or they, them, us, whatever, we, whatever, like it's so much easier for people to get behind your cause if like we can have a dialect.
Yes.
One of the greatest gifts that we've gotten from whatever God y'all believe that y'all have a personal relationship with that created y'all, whoever it is, was a brain for logic. We're supposed to come across people that have different points of views because that's the only way we learn besides making mistakes.
Juan, I loved having you on the show, man.
I can't change the way you think. I can change the way you think. I can't change the way what you believe.
I love to give a peace sign to the end. You know, this is all we have.
And then, I'm pro team Nukas.
Thanks, brother. That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to do another one with you sometime.
No, I'm a firm believer in that. Like,